Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we're doing the next expert challenge. Last time, we tried the Truer Champion, and I lost, but I've planned to move on because that loss was spectacular. So, let's move on. This one is Make It Count. I have tried it a couple times. You come prepared, you have a whole bunch of other random cards in your deck in addition to the 5 we normally get. That means that, to some extent, this challenge really depends on luck at the start. Early lead, lost luggage, and improved firebox are great, but the final shard is terrible. so that's how it is. Awken Umbra. I'm doing Exiled because we've never done that clan combination in a standard run before. I don't know if this is actually a good clan combination to do this challenge with, but I'm trying it. And I did make it to the Last Divinity once in my attempts. In my first attempt at this challenge, I chose the Strangler upgrades for my champion, which rooted enemies. I could deal around 500 damage each turn, which isn't enough to kill all the enemy units in one turn, but rooted solved that problem. Until the Last Divinity battle. And that would mean there would be less damage coming in. We still have the problem that we don't kill enough, so all of these guys, like, some of them are getting to the top, which is a problem. We have cave-in. Maybe we get to cave-in them from the top? I don't know if that's gonna work. Alright. Still, I think killing one of these is really important. And then click end turn, and at this point, a lot of it comes down to hope. Alright. Oh, that's so scary. Alright, we did get cave-in, whatever that's gonna do. You survive. Holy cow, you survive? Because you have quick and you gain the health first. Alright. So you guys are a big problem. Because I don't know what cave-in does when you're up here and you can't fit there. Do you go all the way down? That's what I would want to happen. But I don't know that that's what happens. And I could spend my Ember on Awoken's Rail Spike instead, which might give me something that might help more. I don't know what. Okay, well, Excavated Ember deals you 30 damage. Sting does you 30 damage. Well, it doesn't do you any damage. Let's try the cave-in next. No, it can't move. We're dead. We're dead because we didn't kill these fast enough. Okay, well, we're dead. The rooted helps a lot, unless you fill the entire floor. Alright, well, we died. How sad. My second attempt didn't get as far, but the first turn of one of my battles earned me a new record. So, we have you. Currently, you have not been sacrificed. We could get a really large amount of Ember and spend it on Prism Retrieval. We could. What does Prism Retrieval have in the deck for us, though? Animus of Speed and a Train Steward. Or we could spend a huge amount of Ember on a Prismal Dust. We have 2 Prismal Dusts, in fact. We're gonna spend it on Prismal Dust, clearly. We need you to get more attack. That's one of the problems with our deck, is you just don't get much attack unless we get you with Prism Retrieval. Yeah, we need a way to get more attack on our units in our deck. And the Root Seeds are too slow doing that. Prism Retrieval? Prism Retrieval could be not amazing. I'm thinking about playing it though. Let's start with something. Something. I think I want the Awken Hollow in the front of the bottom. Let's start there. No, we want more Ember. So let's start here. Okay, we've got 42 Ember now. Play an Awken Hollow. Let's play the Prism Retrieval. Right? At worst, it's the Train Steward. There's nothing else right here that I particularly want to play except for the Husk Hermit. Let's play the Husk Hermit here. And then play the Prism Retrieval. Do we have enough space in our hand to play Wildenton? We do. Great. Let's play you next. So we can play the Prism Retrieval up here. And hope for Animus of Speed. Darn, it's the Train Steward. A Train Steward with 205 attack. We'll put you here. And our main goal here is to keep you alive because the Awken Hollow is in front of you. Ember spent on a single X-Class card is 40. Previous best was 25. Alright, I mean, that's cool, especially because we just got that 25 achievement recently. Let's try this run again. Alright, Restoration, Detonation, Prismal Dust, Preserve Thorns. I at least like those. We've got Seraph the Chaste, which removes half of buffs and debuff effect stacks. Let's see what the other cards are, though. Adaptive Mutation, don't know what to do there. Awake, honestly, don't know what to do with that. Ember Cache I like, Engraft I like. Beast is okay. Perils of Production I like. Kindle and Mind Collapse are just fine. Woohoo, 3 Prismal Dusts along with a Kindle. That might be very good, actually. Preserved Thorns. Razor Sharp Edges. Actually, I think this is a pretty decent starting deck. Okay, let's go. Champion. I'm gonna do the Thorn Lord. The Sweep Rooted is really nice for preventing things from making it to the pyre, but it's not great if you don't put this at the top or if your champion dies. So I'm gonna take Thorn Lord, because at least we get the 3 sting spells. Vapor Funnel might be really important in this one. I'm gonna take Vapor Funnel. That might be really important. We don't have spikes yet. Rationing Scales just gives us money in the end, so we'll take Rationing Scales. Okay, do we want a unit draft bad enough to give our enemies extra attack? The extra attack only affects our own guys. We don't have much to take out them. I'm gonna pass on this unit draft. Alright, how much do we want to play Wildenton at the bottom? Not much. We want to play Wildenton at the top. We're not going to get any morsels because you guys don't die to planks. So Wildenton is just going to go up here. Oh no! The stings, we could have gotten 3 of them, and we got 1. How sad. Alright. How much do we just play Prismal Dust and that's it? I think we play a Razor Sharp Edge. Razor Sharp Edge, and then Prismal Dust, and call it a day. Okay. That was not a great first turn, honestly. We have Preserved Thorns. We have Engraft, which, you know, just doesn't incant. Preserved Thorns doesn't incant. We should probably play the Plink at the bottom, but I kind of want to play it in the center to hit the Collector. The chances of hitting the Collector are not great. Not great, but we're going to try. Oh, we got it. Alright, give you a morsel. Now, I think we've got a sting here, because what are we going to do? Yeah, I think we've got a sting here. Okay. We have a Perils of Production, we've got an Ember Cache. Let's play the Ember Cache. Let's play Root Seeds, of course. Now that kills you, you get to the top, you take out one of my damage shield. None of the rest of them get to the top, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Perils of Production, and then Prismal Dust. Yeah. So I'm not worried about any of them up there, because when they get to the pyre, they die from the pyre, except for possibly you because of the heal. Oh. Well, we could do a razor sharp edge, which would solve that problem, or we could do a plink, which might solve it and give us some morsels. Let's do the razor sharp edge. And then let's play the feast for the incant. Great. Already I like the Vapor Funnel a lot. So we do have Kindle. Kindle. Do we want to play the Plink to perhaps kill this one? You do after combat effects, so that doesn't really do anything, does it? We can even play the Sting here just to get out the armor, and it doesn't affect us. Alright, let's just do more damage shield. Damage shield will make us win. We did win. Huzzah. Alright, we have Glimmer, which would be nice. Sharpen, which is similar in some ways. We don't need another restoration detonation, certainly. Let's take a Glimmer. Of course, I really want a True Stone on that. We can have another Prismal Dust. Alright, well, don't know about that. Do we want 4 Prismal Dusts? Sure. We've got 4 Prismal Dusts. I'll take it. Now, Merchant of Magic, Merchant of Steel. We want the unit banner, so we've got to go this way. We have a large stone. I like seeing that. Let's see what the unit is that we might put a large stone on. An Animus of Speed, which we have not mastered. Okay, you know what? We haven't mastered it, so we're going to take it. We're going to put a large stone on it. I mean, it's not bad right now. Do we want to add a shield stone or a heart stone to it? I'm certainly thinking about that, actually. So, rooted at the top is nice. It gives me an extra turn to take care of enemies. Let's do that. Then do we take a Heartstone or Animus of Speed? Because do we want the health the most? Kinda don't want the health the most. I'm gonna pass on that for now. Okay, can we win with Animus of Speed? Probably not with Spikes 3. Yeah, we'll just click fight this time. Animus of Speed and the Wildenton don't fit on the same floor. Right. I think that means that we're going to play the Wildenton at the bottom and the Animus of Speed at the top. So Wildenton at the bottom, Animus of Speed. Oh, we forgot again. Oh man. Why do I do that so often? I want the 3 stings. We have things that we could play. I'm going to play this Razor Sharp Edge on Wildenton. Let's play this. And then, how much do I just want the damage shield again? I mean, I want to play the Mind Collapse, though. On the back one there. And that uses all of my Ember. Unless the Plink just happens to work. Oh my gosh, the Plink just happened to work? That's complete nonsense. Alright, well, since we got that lucky, we'll keep going on. That was a 1/4 chance. We've got to play a Plink in the center. And I guess we play a Kindle. So that we can play cards? No, let's just play the Plink. We got a Morsel Jeweler. We can play a Morsel Jeweler down here. It would die because of you having sweep, so we'll play it up here. And then we can feast, but the only purpose I see of feast is to do it here to get the incant. Okay, you are a big problem right now. You're not a problem, you're a big problem. And then the back one is going to mess up my ability to solve the problem. Yeah. Maybe we solve that problem because we kill the boss first. Maybe that's how the problem gets solved. I don't think we care about purging Sinner's Burden when we have 17 cards left to draw. So maybe we just play Prismal Dust here so that we could beat the boss here. We're going to play the other Prismal Dust just for the incant. Are we winning at the bottom? We are not. That's bad. That's real bad, actually. The Razor Sharp Edge will mean we do better, but I think the fact that we've got spikes and there's 2 back there that are dealing damage and taking away my damage shield every turn is the main problem here. What I could do is play the Razor Sharp Edge and the 2 Root Seeds at the top, because then we hit this one hard enough, probably by next turn, to make it so that the Pyre can take it out. Alright. Here's the new plan, because the old plan didn't work. Alright, we've got tons of Sinner's Burdens. I do not like that. But what can you do? We will play a Preserved Thorns. We will play Sting, Sting, and then you're taken care of. If we play the Train Steward behind, it will also kill the Reconciler. But the Train Steward won't do much to you. What if we just play a Plink? Oh my gosh, we hit it again? That makes no sense. This morsel just dies because of the sweep. Oh no, because we're killing you quickly. Oh, how about that? Alright. Now, we certainly win. But I was not happy about how that happened. The Glimmer actually comes and takes out those back ones. Okay, well, it was something. That's what it was. I don't know if we want Pyre Grow or not. I'm gonna take it. Because extra Ember would be good. Should we take even another Prismal Dust? At some point, the Prismal Dust just don't do much, though. I'm gonna take it. Oh, I'm building a silly deck, aren't I? So we need a card that we want to sacrifice to Animus of Speed. And we also want more things to put on Animus of Speed. I think we're gonna go right in hopes of both those things. Frenzy Stone is definitely something I want on Animus of Speed. Alright, that's a step forward. Let's take the Umbra unit next. Do we take an Alloyed Construct to put on Animus of Speed? It requires us to have morsels. What do we do that gets morsels? The Plinks. And that's it. We don't want that. The damage shield 5 is fine. But it's only fine. We really want the multi-strike, but not with requiring fuel. So I think we skip these. We do... well, let's do the Concealed Caverns first. Maybe this will give something we want to sacrifice to our person. Not exactly, but I do like this build a card feature. So, armor effect, regen effect, or rage effect. The rage effect seems like it could be very good. Let's take that. We want a buff effect too, so rage and buff. Okay, that's interesting. And card draw is fine. Increases gold or card draw? I kind of like both of them in a lot of ways. I think I might have to go with gold though. Just because it's early enough. Do we take the orb? Yes, we do. 20 gold, rage 4, 10 attack. Let's take it. Frenzy Stone, we're definitely taking that and putting that on Animus of Speed. Okay. Then we didn't get anything else that we wanted to have as a unit, which might be a bad thing. Purge Stone we might actually take. Value Stone. The adaptive mutation becomes better because we have rage effects, but I don't know if we want that. We could do the Value Stone on the Kindle or a Prismal Dust. I'm going to put a Value Stone on a Prismal Dust. I'm going to take a Purge Stone. We're going to purge something that seems pretty useless to us, like Adaptive Mutation or Feast. Both of those seem pretty useless to me with what we have. Let's get rid of Feast, because I can still imagine Adaptive Mutation being good maybe sometime. The maybe sometime does not make me very happy, but maybe sometime. Soul Sucker. Apply sap and Dazed. The Dazed is not great, because it's not like we have things to put in front. Okay, we want to play you at the top. We actually can get stuff. Oh my gosh. What do we play first? Not the Preserved Thorns. Not the Wildenton, because that also adds stings. I guess if we play Plink first, we're only getting one of the morsels, but still, I think that's the one I want to play first. We only would have gotten one morsel anyway. Alright. That way, we can put this up here to get the Ember Drain. Prevent us from getting the Ember Drain. And then we have how many cards in the hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's just enough to play Wildenton and have stings. Should we play Wildenton in the center? We probably should. The nice thing about playing him at the bottom is we will use a lot of spells at the bottom. So, sting, sting, sting. Let's definitely play Preserved Thorns. Let's play the Razor Sharp Edge. I think I'm going to play that on you. And then play the 3 stings here, because it's more important for you to get a little bit of Incant. And then the Prismal Dust will apply 1 to you. Okay. Really dislike that you're coming up here and hitting my person, but at least she hits first. Let's play a Plink with Hopes. Hopeful Plink. Okay. The Hopeful Plink did not work. How about an Ember Cache for later? An Engraft for something right now? We could play a Train Steward at the top so that we don't get Dazed one, but I don't think the Dazed one is very important. The 12 damage is more important. And I don't know if I care too much about that. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do the Razor Sharp Edge. Glimmer. Glimmer could go in the center just fine. Yeah, I want that. Glimmer in the center. We'll play the Feast at the bottom for the Incant and to purge it. We will play Old Magic. Excellent. And Mind Collapse on you seems great. Okay. Okay, things are bad at the bottom. We're going to play the Pyrogrow. We're going to play a Plink. Great. Now then. I don't like you being dazed this time. I think that means we have to play a Train Steward at the top. To die and let her not be dazed. And then I guess that means that we play the Morsel Excavator here, and of course we play a Root Seeds at the top. Alright. I don't know how Dazed affects the quick units. I kind of imagine that what happens is you get dazed for the next combat, but I don't actually know. And this seems like a great time to play a Prismal Dust up here. Let's do that. And we should be fine, even though our champion is dying. Our champion did his part. Okay, let's do a Plink. Let's do a Plink. Let's do an Umbra morsel in front to take the damage. And then we could do Perils of Production on our unit to give more rage. Also Ember Drain, but how much do we care about Ember Drain? I'm not sure how much we care about Ember Drain, so I'm just going to do it. And the Root Seeds. Okay. Now, we do have an Excavated Ember that draws us a card. We have Glimmer. I mean, what I'd rather do is Sting here. Use the Glimmer here. And Mind Collapse the boss. Okay, whatever. And then we should be winning. We are winning pretty easily. Click and turn and win. Do not want Spreading Spores. I would like Shroud Spike, except we don't have morsels. And Furnace Tap seems nice. Let's take Furnace Tap. Slay +3. I mean, if we're going to take something to sacrifice, I think the Shattered Shell is the best one of these to take to sacrifice, so we're going to take it. And I've been thinking about Light of Seraph the most. Because then we could fit our champion and our quick unit on the same floor. Which seems very nice. I'm thinking about this. I will take it. And I don't know which one we want next. Alright, we're going to go over here and see another unit. Let's click here first. Twin Stone, True Stone. We know we want the True Stone. Let's just take that now. Glimmer gets a True Stone. Let's click here. Thorned Hollow makes our units take up more space. And then Husk Hermit is not great. Not great, actually, for a sacrifice. Okay, so we're not going to take those either, which means we are going to go to the Divine Temple and sacrifice the one we found that we wanted, the Shattered Shell. We'll sacrifice that to Animus of Speed. So now Animus of Speed is better. Don't think I'm going to take Twin Stone. So, she has now a Slay trigger, which is nice. She gets stronger with Slays. Damage Shield 2. Damage Shield 2 seems really nice. And then remove Train Stewards. The Train Stewards are bad. There's a lot of bad cards in our deck, honestly. We didn't even go to the Dark Forge yet. Okay. So, what do we want? Enchant Grant Quick is kind of pointless. Alright, let's do Thornlord 2. And be done. Okay. Non-boss enemy units get more attack. I mean, it's not great. I'm gonna click fight and not click that. Okay, so now we're playing at the top. All the time. So we're playing... Who's in front and who's behind, anyway? I guess you're in front and you're behind. And I guess that means that we want to play you first, so you get the damage shield. In that case... What do we want to play down here at first? I don't want to play anything. Which is very sad. Because how are we going to get all of our sting spells if we don't want to play anything first? I guess we play the Plink. I'm not even going to play the Plink down there, because it gives more health than it takes away. Alright. And then... then we play Wildenton, I guess. And then we play the Animus of Speed. And there's no reason to play Stings down here because it does as much damage as it takes away. So we're going to play the Stings here to give all of the incant right now. We could do the Furnace Tap immediately. It would give us Ember Drain 4, which is not fun. But the first ones, how bad are the first ones? They're kind of bad, actually. But we could play Mind Collapse to kill that one. And then they're not so bad. Okay, we're going to do this. Ember Drain 4 from the beginning. We also play Razor Sharp Edge. Yes, because we can still kill that one at the bottom. And get 2 more that we can spend. Do we just play that on Prismal Dust? I think we do. We've got enough Prismal Dust that we should probably play them. Heralds of Production. Heralds of Production means that we could get Ember for this turn. But not a future turn. It doesn't seem great. We can play the Pyre Grow. If we do the Perils of Production, we have 5 Ember Drain next turn. If we don't do it, we only have 3 and we get 1 ember. So I'm not going to play it. Okay. The problem here is... Actually, you kill both of those quickly. How about that? We're going to play the old magic on you, of course. And then Glimmer goes nowhere, I guess. The bottom floor, this floor is real bad. The other floors we might be able to handle, but that bottom floor is real bad. Kind of the best I can think of is to just give you more attack. Okay, things are gonna start going wrong very soon. We have a Kindle and a Prismal Dust. We're gonna have to play those. We're gonna play the Kindle. I think we play the Root Seeds, though, before we play this Prismal Dust. Okay, as you can see, we're killing the front one, but not the second one. And that means this back one also has survived. And then all of those get added up here with these ones now. Still think Razor Sharp Edge is pretty nice. Let's do that. We're killing all but the back one, who is taking out 2 of my damage shield. Well, if we play another Prismal Dust up here, then you won't kill this one quickly. You're not killing that one quickly right now. Right? Oh, but every time you kill one, you're getting more attack. And then you do kill this one in 1 hit. But if I play another spell, you don't. So we're not going to play another spell there. I think that means we're playing a Train Steward at the bottom so it dies and takes out 1 of your rage stacks. Actually, maybe 2, because of the damage shield? No, just the 1. Okay, I like the Razor Sharp Edge, of course. I like the Root Seeds. We'll play the Plink for, hopes that would hit one of those back ones twice. We kind of got an average result there. And then, are we winning? We probably are. Yep, we're winning. Glimmer, though, to kill those back ones. And old magic to gain more money. That's important. Alright. Awken Rail Spike. It's another X-Cost card. It's an X-Cost card that I like, but what are we doing with that many X-Cost cards? I mean, I'm gonna take it. I don't think I'm gonna take another Pyre Grow. I think I'd rather take Awoken's Rail Spike. And then these we're not taking. Definitely not these. Okay, well, I don't know what deck we're building, but we are building it, confidently. Confidently building this weird deck that I don't understand. Let's remove more Train Stewards. Then after this we can start removing some of the other useless things in the deck. Let's peek in the Divine Temple. We see an Extreme Stone. Could go on the Mind Collapse or the Glimmer. Kind of like it on Mind Collapse. I feel like we might want to take a Purge Stone too. Let's see what goes on in here first. The Historian. Honest, Aggressive, or Stealthy. So with Vapor Funnel, Heaven's Gold seems really nice, actually. Yeah. Because remember, we've got the Vapor Funnel and the pyre gets a chance to hit something. Let's take Heaven's Gold. Okay. That means we sort of want to save money to some extent. Duplicate any card but our champion. I think it's gotta be the Shattered Shell Animus of Speed that we duplicate. It's the only card that makes a whole lot of sense to duplicate, except for Kindle. But this way we could... One of them is going to die, definitely. But one of them is going to die after dealing a fair amount of damage. And the other one we're going to work on, basically. So, now we've got something to deal with some of the starting parts of battles. Divine Temple. I think the Extreme Stone on the Mind Collapse is useful enough to go to 120 pack charts. Ick. Alright. Next time we're going to go this way. Perhaps we'll get better stuff. Let's find out. Your stealth is annoying, but we can kind of combat that with damage shield. The Spikes 4 are really annoying. As much as I do want a random artifact, I think we don't want you to have Spikes 4. Alright, we got both of them in our starting hand. So one of them is going to go in the center floor. One of them in the center floor, one of them in the top floor. The one that we want to have damage shield... I mean, honestly, I don't mind the one in the center having some damage shield. Let's do that. So you have damage shield. That means that we can do Blink down here. Wow, that was a perfect blink. Alright. We can play the 2 Morsel Jewelers here, too. Alright, now we can play Wildenton up here with Animus of Speed. I want to play Old Magic. We're going to play that on you. I want to play Razor Sharp Edge. And then the rest of this will be spent on a Prismal Dust on my champion. Okay, and then, you know, Sting. Guess we didn't need to Sting those, because you would have taken them out. I should not have used Sting, actually. I should have thought about that. Fire Grow we're definitely going to play. The Furnace Tap I think we also play. Okay, so we're playing Furnace Tap to give you more multi-strike. And then, since you've got so much multi-strike, I don't mind playing Perils of Production this turn. But we're going to put it on you. And that way we can play Preserved Thorns and other things. So, Sting here first. Then we play a Plink. The Plink was a hopeful Plink. And then we do those. Alright, you're making it to our top floor, but you're not making it to the fire. Alright, now we've got Ember Drain. Oh, we've got Mind Collapse that can actually get us some Ember. Okay. If we play it here, it's not going to do much playing it there, so let's play it down here to kill one of these. That gives us some Ember. I'm going to play that Ember on Awken Rail Spike, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Excellent. We now have a Glimmer that's free to play. So the Glimmer is going to go at the bottom and kill all of those. Huzzah. Alright. We play nothing? Or we play this Prismal Dust because it would apply 2 damage shield. I think we do. We just have a big enough deck that we just do that. Brief Respite. I see plinks that we can play to hopefully kill those back ones. Okay. And then we give you a Morsel Jeweler and a Rebel Morsel. And then we're done in the center. The top is going to be a little bit annoying, because we don't just kill everything immediately. Ooh, but we do play... Actually, we do kill everything immediately. How about that? We play Old Magic again. Definitely. We play Root Seeds. We play the Plink at the bottom to kill that one. Alright, that worked. And then Restoration Detonation. I think I'd rather do it here so that you get the Incant. Okay. The middle we're mainly taking out your Stealth. And we could play the Glimmer. Play a Glimmer. Play a Prismal Dust at the top. That means that you will run out of Stealth before our front one loses Damage Shield. Okay, and then we win pretty easily. Let's go. Restoring Retreat. Do we want to be able to have our units on the same floor, but it would be the middle floor? Not really. Not enough to get a Restoring Retreat and put it in the deck. So let's skip. Cave-in is another way to do that. But I don't think I want it. Because one of the nice things about the top floor is that things get rooted there. So we skip these two. Okay. I think we're removing more cards because we've got to do that. And let's see what else we do. So Merchant of Magic has a Keepstone. Oh, a Keepstone? What do we put a Keepstone on? Old Magic? Play Old Magic every turn? If we put it on Perils of Production, we could just play Perils of Production every single turn. And then we don't care about Ember Drain. But we also then don't really care about things that gain extra Ember between turns, like the zero cost thing that we have, Higher Grow. Still, I think I really like that on Perils of Production. So, let's go to the Concealed Caverns and see what they have for us. Rail Spikes. Okay. We could get another Awken's Rail Spike. This one we definitely do not want. This one doesn't seem that great. Let's take another Awken Rail Spike. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's great. Okay, Merchant of Magic. We're putting a Keepstone on Perils of Production. We're putting an Emberstone on the Old Magic. And then, do we pay for a Power Stone or not? It could go on a Glimmer, and it would be useful on the Glimmer. But the other thing we could do is not buy it. And not buying it might be better. Let's not buy it. And then remove 2 cards. Alright, we removed the Train Stewards. So now it's other things that we can remove. So which things are completely useless to us? That would be... That would be the adaptive mutation and awake are basically the things that are most useless to us. Okay. And then the plinks come directly after that. Alright, what are we doing? We've got something that works, but I don't know how it's gonna work in the Last Divinity battle as much. Because we kind of have to play things at the top. So, Wildenton goes at the top. Putting you in the center is kind of annoying, actually. But I guess we still will. With your damage shield? Sure. It's not my favorite. And then everything else I kind of want to play after we play our other stuff. So this goes up here. Wildenton goes up here, which gives me stings. And then we play Old Magic on you, give you Rage. Actually, I could have kept the adaptive mutation because we're gaining a lot of Rage. I mean, it works, but it wasn't like the adaptive mutation was didn't consume. It consumes. Do we want to make sure that you die in the next hit? I don't think so. I think we want to just play stuff up here. No, probably not. Let's play things here. Okay, and then we'll play the root seeds up here. And the next set of stings are useless at the bottom and the center, so we play it at the top just to do incant. And so that we draw 10 cards next turn. Okay, we have the Awoken Rail Spike, which is kind of interesting. I think we play... The Pyro is going to be completely pointless. Completely pointless. I kind of want to just play it to get it out of the deck. So I will. Now, Heralds of Production we play on you again. And then we have Awoken Rail Spike, which we play. I mean, the Root Seeds being free is fine. The other two didn't really get anything. Okay. And now we can play a Mind Collapse. We're going to kill you with that Mind Collapse. That seems nice. And now we've got more Ember again. We could play the Kindle. Kindle. And then the Engraft just gives us the Incant. Razor Sharp Edge and then Awoken Rail Spike. Ooh, the Furnace Tap came at the wrong time. Alright, well, we'll play it the next time it comes around. And then, you know, there are problems happening on this next turn. We have a Glimmer. Huzzah. So now we can play this. We can play the Glimmer to kill those. Perfect. And then we can play a Prismal Dust for 4 damage shield. Huzzah. I think we are winning this battle, no problem at all. Heralds of Production again. Then those cards are mostly useless, so we're going to just play the Prismal Dust up here. I don't like that you're dying. And we can prevent it if we give you a Root Seeds. Okay, that's a good reason to give you a Root Seeds. So or we could do a Plink. What if we blink? Huzzah! That works too. Alright. So you're not dying yet. Are you dying next turn? I'm not sure yet. Let's put the Wildwood Sap on you, so you start regaining some health. The Wildwood Sap is another card that doesn't feel like it does much, because we often have damage shield on things. Okay, Heralds of Production, Furnace Tap, Huzzah, and then Razor Sharp Edge. Links are really kind of pointless at this point. And playing the Sting anywhere is also pretty pointless, so we play it at the top for the Incant and the Plink at the top for the Incant. Okay, my one is dying in the center this turn unless we do something. We could give it a Prismal Dust if we thought having it in the center was still important, which I don't. So we're not going to save it. Yeah, I don't think we saved it. I think we just focus on the top now. And focusing on the top, I'm mainly doing Prismal Dust to give you enough damage shield. Alright, and then I think the rest of this battle is real simple, but, you know, we're going to play it out just as we always would. And we've played Perils of Production. We actually have a lot of Ember this turn. We do have an X-Cost card. It's just not the X-Cost card that you typically care about that much. Sting is better up here than it is on the boss. But we'll play, you know, the Root Seeds is better up here. And then we do this. Okay. And then we're winning easily. I should have seen if we could get more gold, actually. Even though we were winning easily, we could have gotten that card that gives us more gold. And that would have been good to play. Blazing Bolts. Man, I think we want that. The Umbra Stone we also really want, though. I'm gonna take the Umbra Stone. And then what? Don't know that we need any more Light of Seraph. Bell's Remorse would always be pointless, I guess, if we've got lots of Ember Drain. So Urzel's Compound, I guess. I want to remove more cards. The Merchant of Magic is better than Merchant of Steel, so we're going this way. Divine Temple has a True Stone and a Twin Stone. The True Stone can go on Mind Collapse. The Twin Stone, the Twin Stone, it goes on Perils of Production, so we have even more Ember every turn. Alright. That was a good set of things. Next. You applying Rooted. I mean, that kind of ruins the point of having Heaven's Gold a little bit. But I like your sweep. It's just that this one has more health, and I think we're mainly depending on the health. At the start of your turn, add a Sting spell to your hand. I mean, sure. If there's space for it, we'll have more Stings. And when there's not space, we'll stop adding Stings, I guess. Freeze Stone. What would we want to Freeze Stone? A Kindle? The Kindle is the one that comes out to me as something to Freeze Stone. I think we mostly want an Ember Stone. We could Ember Stone and Graft. We could Ember Stone Glimmer. Emberstone Glimmer is interesting. Let's Emberstone a Razor Sharp Edge, actually. I want to play that every single time we draw. And then, let's remove a couple cards. Let's remove the things that seem to be most pointless to our deck, which are Links. Links, and maybe the Pyre Grow too now. Let's take out the Pyre Grow. Even though it consumes, it also stops us from drawing 2 cards. We do everything we wanted in here. We did everything we can do in there, so yes and no. Alright. Let's see it. I really don't like the Purifiers. Ick. I'm not going to add Armor 20. Even though the 400 gold would be great for me. Okay, we have some stuff. We don't have anything that can really take you out, which is the most annoying aspect. We're going to play a Plink first. You know, the Restoration detonations could go too, by the way. And then I think we play the Wildenton. Or we could play this Animus of Speed here. And it gets the damage shield. Yeah, I'll do that. And then we're going to have an Ember Drain next turn because of Wildenton. That's typical, but still. I have to decide what we're playing. So, Stings, of course. We're going to play a Preserved Thorns to get more Stings. Should have played the Preserved Thorns at the top. Realize that now. We are going to play either an Awoken Rail Spike or a Prismal Dust. We're definitely going to play a Root Seeds. What about Awoken's Rail Spike? Because we really want to draw our one spell that has the Keepstone in it as soon as possible. We didn't get it this time, but we did get Ember Cache, which is nice. We got our Animus of Speed up here, which is nice. We got a Mind Collapse, which can kill this one, which is excellent. And it gives us enough Ember to play Furnace Tap, which I think we're going to do. Are we going to play the Kindle? No, not this turn. Alright, so now we're not getting Ember. Let's play the Restoration Detonation for the Incant. We're not getting Ember, but we're much closer to the one spell that we need to get Ember every turn. Old Magic we play. Razor Sharp Edge we play. Everything else is not the thing that we need. we need one card that's still in here, the Perils of Production. That'll allow us to do more. And we need it pretty badly because these self-mutilations are terrible. Alright, Perils of Production. Let's do this. Now, I think we want to play the Wildwood Sap here. Wildwood Sap here. The Plinks do nothing. I'd rather do the Prismal Dust for more. And I think I'm going to start doing the Prismal Dusts. Alright, you're going to die pretty fast. But you're doing some damage on the way, which is mainly what we were asking for you to do. The number of self-mutilations that we're getting is terrible. Terrible, I tell you. But what are you going to do? Seriously, what are you going to do? Alright, Perils of Production. Perils of Production again, so we can actually play some things. At least all of you are dying. We play the self-mutilations, of course. I kind of want to play this one. And we can play the Sting. I mean, I want to play the Sting here the most. Okay. Let's play the Awoken Rail Spike to draw 3 cards. At least one Root Seeds will become free because of this. We got an Excavated Ember. Okay, we'll play it. Restoration Detonation doesn't really do much of anything. It could heal you for 4. We will do that. And then we're going to Root Seeds up here so that you continue killing things. Didn't we have something that gives Trample in the deck? That must have been in a hand where we where we had Ember Drain and we couldn't play any cards. Because that's something I really want right now. Yeah, you're not dying back there, and that's a problem. The Glimmer is nice, though. The Glimmer could kill that one, or it could kill this one, which is honestly a little bit worse. So, Heralds of Production. Heralds of Production. Old Magic. Alright, the front two are dying. That's nice. Let's do Glimmer somewhere. I think we're going to do Glimmer here so that it gets rid of this Purifier. We have to play the Self-Mutilations. Those are just annoying in there, and you've got to play them. Restoration Detonation is good this time. And then still a Sting is good, and a Root Seeds is good. Okay, we're going to play Prismal Dust sometime. We just have so many other things that I feel like we should play. Okay, a brief respite. Feels like we need that. Heralds of Production. Heralds of Production. We start there. Self-Mutilations are gone. The Umbra Stone we play right now. That kills everything up here. Razor Sharp Edge helps too. And then we could play our Mind Collapse to get more Ember this turn to get another Root Seeds. I think we'll do that. Another Root Seeds. And then the Sting goes here. Alright, you actually survived the battle, which I did not expect. But you did survive the battle. The boss will very, very easily kill you. Okay, we've got a huge Prismal Dust, which seems very, very nice to play. Heralds of Production. Heralds of Production. Excavated Ember. And then all of these Stings, do we want them on the boss? It's better to put it on you if you have enough damage shield, which you will have. And then Prismal Dust. Alright. Our top floor looks good. Our middle floor looks dead. Oh, we got the Kindle this turn? Alright, let's go. We can also play Engraft, which is helpful and draw stuff next turn. Alright, let's play Kindle. Kindle, and then a Prismal Dust, and then Stings up here. Alright. We very easily win at the top, I believe. We do. This feels okay. I like where this is going. Don't want Preserved Thorns, don't want Wildwood Custodian, don't want Focus Growth. Skip. I definitely do not want those. Skip. Alright. We're gonna get over 150 back shards. I realize this. I'm gonna go to the right because I think removals are better than the Merchant of Magic for us right now. Let's peek in the Merchant of Steel. Actually, why are we peeking in here? We can't do anything here. So, don't worry about that. Take some gold. Look in here. We see Cursed Vines. That probably doesn't do anything for us. Hell's Banners definitely doesn't. And Mask of Penumbra doesn't. We could reroll. Let's peek at this one. Our Pyre gains more attack. I mean, it's fine. Emblem of the Exiles might be better. It's a little bit hard to say, but I'm going to take Emblem of the Exiles. And then Unstable Vortex and Merchant of Trinkets. Merchant of Trinkets we will reroll, because some trinkets are really good. The Winged Steel is nice. Volatile Gauge is terrible for us, so we're not going to take that. The Winged Steel, I think, is good enough that we take it. And then we have to consider if we want to purge cards, which takes away some of our higher attack. I think we purge one card, but let's purge them this way first. The Plinks are the worst. And then, if we were going to purge another card, we could purge a Plink. We could purge... We could purge a Restoration Detonation. I think the Plink is worse than Restoration Detonation. So we're going to purge a Plink. And then we're going to stop. With 600 money. And 95 attack on our Pyre. Alright, let's go through the final gauntlet. Seraph the Chaste. The worst thing about Seraph the Chaste is that Seraph the Chaste removes buffs, which includes damage, shield, and rage. Alright, I like seeing this on the first turn, which can just deal some damage there. Also like seeing the Kindle on the first turn. Let's play Kindle first. Kindle first. And then play the Glimmer at the bottom. And then, because we've got the Furnace Tap, I kind of want to play you at the top. But let's start with our Wildenton, because we're going to draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unfortunately, we want to play this one first, actually. Okay, we'll play this one first. Wildwood Snap. Don't care about that too much. Let's play the Furnace Tap. Play the Furnace Tap. Play Wildenton. Play Razor Sharp Edge. And then we're not going to do the Awoken Railspike, because we can't hold the cards. So we're going to do a Prismal Dust, applying 16 damage shield. Huzzah. And then we don't mind you getting to the top. What we most mind is how much health you have. So let's sting you a few times. Alright. Now, the biggest question is how long does it take us to get the one card that we really want to see? We didn't get it yet. Perils of Production is still there. We can't play this Animus of Speed, therefore, which is a problem. A problem I didn't really consider that much having. Do we want to play this Prismal Dust? It only applies 2. Let's do it. Actually, let's save it, because you remove some of those. And when you remove our damage shields, we don't want it to remove tons and tons of damage shield. Yeah. It's not very nice. Alright. We still did not draw what we want. It's in the next hand. We do have a Mind Collapse, though, which can get it for us. Everything's dying at the top. This one gets to attack, though. We could prevent that. Or we could do the Mind Collapse here to kill this one. You're taking away 1 damage shield. If these came up here... Yeah, I think we do this. Now, we can play Ember Cache, which is good to play. We can play a Sting. I most want you to be stung. Oh, we got the Perils of Production. Huzzah. Alright. Then we play Perils of Production. Now we get to play Root Seeds, Root Seeds, Root Seeds, Plink for the Incant, and Restoration Detonation for the Incant. Okay. Now we've got our deck moving. So, Perils of Production, Perils of Production. We have so many X-Cost cards in my hand. So many. I think we want to play... I think we do want to play a Prismal Dust at some point. But I think I'm going to play Engraft. Oh, the Umbra Stone. We really want the Umbra Stone, actually. We're going to play the Umbra Stone. And I wanted to play the Razor Sharp Edge. Should we play one of the Awken Rail Spikes? Just to draw 2 cards? I don't think so. We'll just play a Root Seeds. We'll get back to these X-Cost cards when I want to play them more. So, not everything is dying at the top this turn. Yeah. We might be able to change that over time. This Animus of Speed can now come out and do something in the center. You're going to make it so that things get hurt before they come to the top, which is a useful thing. Because you've got Trample, these stings actually help up here, so I'm going to play them up here. We could also play the Glimmer up there. I guess we do that. Excavated Ember, Razor Sharp Edge, Preserved Thorns. Now we play the stings here because we don't like that one the most. And then Restoration Detonation and Root Seeds. Okay. Our top one has no damage shield, but he does have a lot of health, and he's not taking damage very often. Our middle one is dying this turn. We might save her with the Mind Collapse. Getting 20 gold also improves our Pyre attack, by the way. So that's a nice effect. Okay, we've got a lot of Ember and we've got a Prismal Dust in hand. Let's see if we can save you. We can save you with the Mind Collapse. So let's start with Prismal Dust. Prismal Dust, add some damage shield. And then stings. Are the stings helpful anymore? I think they still are. But do I want to play them up there? I don't know. Let's do this first. Now we can play 2 Root Seeds. I'm thinking about how much we care about our Wildenton attack versus stinging things that are coming up, now that you have so much attack. I think we care more about our Wildenton attack. And we're basically drawing 10 every turn, which is nice. So, you get that, you get that. We will engraft you. We'll play some stings. You're going to die this turn, that's fine. So, play some stings. And then, do we play another Prismal Dust? I think we should, but I think maybe not this turn, because after this turn, Seraph will no longer be taking away my damage shield. And I want that to stop. I really do. Alright. You will heal. We'll play a Blink. And... Alright. The little one that did bits of damage was helpful, and we have used her. So. Can't and can't. Let's do this. Let's do stings. I'm thinking about using the Awken Rail Spike rather than the Prismal Dust. I am going to do that. It made... I mean, the Sting is still free. It made the Glimmer free, which is nice. We're going to play a Glimmer up here. We're going to play a Mind Clap somewhere else, though, because I really want, like, these things to die. I could kill this one, though. Kill that one. And then, how about another Awoken's Rail Spike? 2 more cards. They were both free anyway. Oh well. And then, the next times that we draw Prismal Dust, we play Prismal Dust. Okay, we drew Prismal Dust this turn. We should play a Mind Collapse first. And we'll play it up here. Actually, let's play it where Seraph is, because actually that affects us. Alright. Play that first. Then we play a Razor Sharp Edge. Then we play a Sting. And another Sting. Perils of Production twice. And then a Sting, Razor Sharp Edge, and then Prismal Dust, 8 damage. Alright, that's good. You do have ×3 attack, so you get through the damage shield pretty fast. But we're also going to be doing tons of damage to you while you are. Alright. We can play Old Magic to get 20 more gold, which gives us more attack power. Nothing has gotten to the pyre. Actually, we've not let anything up to the pyre in a long time. But if they get there, they're dazed once, and they get 103 damage. Alright, the main question is how do we do against the Last Divinity, because we're still going to play at the top. The Last Divinity has Sweep up there. Alright, let's see. I feel pretty good about this one, though. Let's find out how it goes. Okay, we have both of you in our starting hand. We have the Perils of Production in our starting hand as well. Alright. I'm going to play you first in the back here, because your damage shield is going to be used every turn. And that's significant. The Wildenton will go in front, though. I should have played this first, of course. Where are we going to play Stings? I think we play the Stings... We're going to play you here. You're going to die pretty quickly in this battle, let's be honest. Okay, so... Furnace Tap definitely goes on you. We play a Razor Sharp Edge on you. We play Perils of Production on you. We played more Stings. I'm going to play one Sting. And then the rest of them are going to be at the top. I'm going to play the Ember Cache. I'm going to play the Engraft. Doesn't matter where. And then we play a Prismal Dust on Wildenton. Wildenton first, but the next one probably goes on Animism Speed. Okay, Perils of Production, we start with that. Perils of Production, Perils of Production. I see this Glimmer, which doesn't kill anything, which is not my favorite bit. But we should play it here. The Awoken Rail, or the Mind Collapse does kill something. It can kill that one, which I like. So let's use other things first. Sting, I think we play at the top. The fact that you're dying already is sad, but true. I'm gonna play a Wildwood Sap to consume it. I guess if we're gonna do that, we should do it at the top, unless you survive. You don't survive. Okay, we'll play it at the top. Wildwood Sap goes on you because you're about to run out of damage shield. And then we play an Awoken Railspike to draw 3 cards. Okay, we've got some zero-cost stuff in the deck. That's nice to see. And then let's do this Mind Collapse to kill this one. We could play a Prismal Dust now. We could play an Awoken Railspike now. Play another Awoken Railspike. We made another Root Seeds free. Alright. Okay. I think that was a good turn. Even though our copied minion died already. Died really fast. Alright, we have the Umbra Stone, which is important. Let's do this. Let's do that again. Let's do the old magic. Let's get an Umbra Stone. Now those all die quickly. We could play the Kindle. Should have played that before the Umbra Stone, I acknowledge. But I will play the Kindle, I think, this turn. Will I? No, I won't. I'll play a Glimmer. Glimmer at the bottom. I'll play Stings. We could play 2 Stings at the bottom, which would be useful too. Alright. I like getting rid of these Wilt Wings before they get there. Now, Stings at the top, a Razor Sharp Edge at the top, and then we do need to play a Prismal Dust soon. We've got plenty of Prismal Dust to play, so I shouldn't worry too much about it. But now that my minion is taking damage, I worry about it a little bit. So you're going to gain lots of health during this turn. Hope you don't gain enough that we don't kill you. We'll find out shortly, I guess. Razor Sharp Edge. Excavated Ember. Excavated Ember again. Excavated Ember again. And then Root Seeds. Sting. Engraft. And then we play a really big Prismal Dust. Applies 11 damage shield to you. Wonderful. Alright. I think the stuff at the top is going very well now. We can also play this Mind Collapse. We could kill that one. Can't kill those. Let's kill this one. And then we play a Root Seeds and a Plink. Okay. Starting to feel confident. There is a lot of health coming up the train, which is actually a problem. We don't do enough damage to take care of all of this. Like, we're not killing that one this turn. We might be able to by the end of this turn, but currently we're not. Play the Weight of Contrition. We definitely don't want that. Okay, now we are killing you. That's nice. We can play the Restoration Detonation, which does some damage. And then I think we just increase our attack up here. And then a Prismal Dust that applies 6. Let's do that to the Wiltington. Alright, we've got damage shield that is well put out on our units. That was a weird way to say that, but that's what came to my mind. Alright. We will play these 2, of course, and then we'll play the Weight of Contrition. We'll play a Razor Sharp Edge. We'll play... I'm going to play the Glimmer in the center. No, we're going to play it at the bottom, where that Conduit Reflector is. Yeah, take that out. Now, we're actually killing you and we have extra attack. How about that? Let's do that more. Alright. Now I feel pretty good about what's happening. I mean, I've been feeling somewhat more confident as this battle has gone on, but seeing us just go through Chains the Sighted like that immediately, that's a confidence booster. We should play the Mind Collapse first. And I guess we played on that Light Wings. Alright. Now we have more Ember. We're going to play Perils of Production. And then Perils of Production again. And then we play Kindle. Bam. And now we can play a really big Prismal Dust. We're going to play a Razor Sharp Edge first. And the Vengeful Shard, because that's terrible. And now we have a lot of damage shield on our back unit, which is good. And let's add some more damage to the boss. Great. I wonder if we'll kill the last Night of the Disciples in one go. I think we actually will at this point. We should play this first. I want to kill one of these Wilt Wings, because those Wilt Wings take out damage shield all of a sudden, you know? Glimmer doesn't quite do it. Let's play the Perils of Production next. And our old magic, our stings. Stings deal as much damage as they add. We can play the Glimmer up here because I don't think the Glimmer helps much anywhere else. It helps a little bit, but doesn't help much. Then Root Seeds, Root Seeds, Root Seeds, Restoration Detonation. Great. So you have 900 health. We actually deal 900 damage quickly. Ha ha ha. Alright. We deal 900 damage quickly. That's really nice. That's amazing. Your life is steadily going down because of Razor Sharp Edge, though. Acknowledge that. Ooh, Weights of Contrition. Ick. We don't like those. So, Perils of Production, Perils of Production. The Weights of Contrition, of course. Stings. And then I believe we should play the Prismal Dust for 3. I think we should, because you need the Prismal Dust some more. And we're not gonna... I mean, we'll get back to it, but we're probably not gonna get much better. Oh, we just won. I didn't even notice we were winning. I guess that was the Relentless phase. Okay, we won this one. Great, we made it count. Eventually made it count. I did die, I think 3 times before winning this one. So it took me 4 tries in this small, like for this episode, I did basically 4 tries. We took 0 trials. Alright, the Animus of Speed has now been mastered. We took exactly 0 trials. Ooh, the Animus of Speed was the last Awken card to be mastered. I like that. Great. We didn't get any records. We didn't take any trials at all. Wow, we skipped every trial. Alright. Well, that was a good one. Next time, next Expert Challenge. This run, I won the Max Covenant rank with my 24th clan combination. 6 more to go. I completed my 21st Expert Challenge, there are only 4 left, and I Divinity Mastered my 258th card, which was also the last of the uncommons. Only rares and Cavern Event cards left. On the right, I am once again showing the last 2 enemies before I consider this category complete. Master of Light reached 100 kills this run, where I stopped counting. Goodbye, Master of Light, you have been checked off my list. Shattering Dark Shard is now the only enemy remaining that I expect to reach 100. Note that this means only bosses and boss minions haven't reached 100. On the left, the entire rest of this is covered by cards. I am not featuring any artifacts this time. That is because I had a total of 4 cards that all reached the 100 battle threshold. Mind Collapse is a favorite of mine, especially with some spell power, because then it can be played on 0 and give 2 Ember. Perils of Production is similar in that it gives Ember on 0, but it comes with the Ember Drain downside. Lately, I've tried to have enough cards that provide Ember on 0 that I just don't care about the Ember Drain, and Perils of Production is chief among those. Old Magic, I am a little surprised has made it to 100 battles, because it is a Cavern event card. But here it is, and glad to have played with it so much. Unpredictable and different every time, but usually good. Razor Sharp Edge is one of my favorites of the Awken, since I often need higher attack to deal with normal enemies coming up the train, and Razor Sharp Edge is the most efficient at adding that attack. With all these cards, I have 37 that have made it to 100 battles. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description, new episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.